This is my love time. Welcome to your Magic Moon message. Tis your host, as a peace dealer. The moon is in Capricorn and the sun is in Libra. We are going to enact the sacred 90-degree signature that will begin the integration of this power we are unlocking. I believe if you're watching this on YouTube, I will have the ultimate manifestation playlist. It's just a playlist of videos I put together to skyrocket your manifestation quality. And manifestation is literally just as simple as being the person who has everything that you want. I used to roll my eyes listening to people say that. Like, it's not that simple. Stop trying to sell people on, believing that it's that easy. And then I realized I was being stupid. It is that easy. It really is that. You are literally that powerful. Anyway, other than that, y'all, I hope you enjoy where we're taking this, because so far we have unlocked this new playable character that represents many years worth of evolution of your character, because you never stay the same person. The only thing constant in your life is change. And I think you will enjoy the growth that you are witnessing in your interpersonal relationship dynamics with other people. It was something about the last week that gave you a really good understanding of how much you are more aware of nuances that spell out to you how powerfully you have grown and evolved, and how much stronger you deal with situations that may have crushed and broken a previous version of yourself, but is now only serving to make you stronger. Forget the fact that I'm illegally recording this video while driving. Kids, do not do this if you're even old enough to drive, but you're probably not going to listen to me, and if you do, just be safe. That being said, you have made it to this crucial point in time and space that will also reflect in the potency with which you carry forward relevant and important relationships that are, of course, important to you. And another reason why this is key is in the representation of this unlockable, playable character you have unlocked, this next version of yourself you're getting ready to take into this rabbit hole that's going to bring the end of the world as we know it. I promise you, it is the end of the world as we know it. It has shown you through the moon in Sagittarius the meaning of this new attitude you have unlocked, because now you have a new version of yourself that's dripping with swag and is as saucy as you want to be. And so now the mindset and approach you have seen you can take with the right people moving forward has put you in a position to also create new abilities connected and attached to this new unlockable playable character. And now that you have seen the meaning of where you are taking your relationships with people and where you are taking this quality of yourself that you've spent 6 months since April activating and integrating since July, you are now integrating the utilization of this new character. Now that you have manifested the sauce and quality of how pure in element this nature of yourself is, now that you have seen the higher meaning of where you take this facet of your character, it is now time for you to understand how to use these new abilities, how to use these new superpowers, and what level of integrity maps out on the grid who you are. This is going to give you a very powerful understanding of who you are, where you understand how to use your abilities to snap your fingers and transfer, items from one place to another. Are you an evil villain? Are you going to snap money from the bank and take other people's hard-earned cash and hold it to yourself? Because we can get into this philosophical argument of, peace dealer, is that even evil? Technically, we're not doing that right now. We're not doing that. I'm not here to tell you that what you're doing is bad or wrong. It's not up to me. Your actions will determine this, okay? Are you going to use your tickle powers to tickle hardened criminals, to stop them? Some of you have tickle powers. You can just Gucci goo, and somewhere 50 miles away, someone's getting, who's tickling me? They don't know those are your tickle powers. Are you going to use that to stop people in the middle of their crimes so you can save the day? Or are you going to tickle the cops so the criminals can get away? What kind of person are you? And that's what we're going to find out throughout the next couple of days. I'm not all caught up in being good or bad. We want to really just look at the control, because what you are integrating is control. An understanding of the control of this character, an understanding of the integrity of this new character, okay? And as you understand utilization, as you understand how to control these abilities and powers, it's going to provide a newer comfort zone with what you're able to achieve. Now let's talk about the integration lineup. We have just finished the activation lineup relative to this eclipse. This was quite an activation. I know where I was last week. I was chilling with some real motherfuckers. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. It really served well in activating this new character, the positive and the negatives. It set us in that direction we're ready to move to and depart from. Maybe, I think the major takeaway from last week is maybe there's an archetype of yourself. I projected it to other people. I brought it back to myself, and there's an archetype you're departing from, you're walking away from. There's a certain way you're going to relate, or certain people you may never relate with. You know what I mean? But relative to this direction that you have moved towards, it's putting you in a position to very powerfully and very, wow, that's crazy. Very powerfully and very realistically put yourself in a position to now integrate where we take this. So the activation phase was Moon in Libra, Moon in Scorpio. We manifested 30 degrees to Libra, Sun to Sauce, and then Moon in Sagittarius. We activated the vision of our character. You got to see what this new character looked like. So now we're understanding the direction we take it. We're understanding how to utilize it. We're understanding the integrity of it. And the integration phase from 90 to 180 degrees is going to be Moon in Capricorn, Moon in Aquarius, and Moon in Pisces. This is it, guys. This is going to be. All right, so this is the last 3 zodiac signs. The elites at the highest level of this God consciousness, or whatever you want to call it. It's universal, we can say. Unlike Aries, Taurus, and Gemini, which is my identity, my value, my thoughts, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces is all universal. It is the ashy lips. I understand. I almost apologize. It is the collective integrity, is the collective knowledge of humanity. It is the collective belief and vision that media outlets use to finesse and delude us. But at this point, we ask for it. So based on black magic ritual principles, we can't really blame them for it because we tune into it. So we're the only species of people who pay good money for people to lie to us. Like, we want you to lie to us. And I think that's very peculiar. A magician in this town opened up his set by kind of clowning us for doing that. But yes, why that's really beautiful. By the way, they demolished the Tropicana after, I think, 20 plus years. It's done. I think that's symbolic for something. For any of you who have memories in the Tropicana, they demolished it. It's gone. Okay, which I think is very symbolic, a very South Nodal theme. We're getting ready with the North Node in Aries to create a new building that's going to create new memories. And just pretend that my lips are not ashy as fuck right now, and they're just sexy as hell. Just, yeah. All right, don't mind that. So that being said, you know what I mean? This is just integrating my new character with cracks on my lips. It's cool. This is part of the process. But before we come into the advanced knowledge of integrating this social awareness, and before we, of course, come into the belief with the moon in Pisces of how we want to believe we can live with other people and live this lifestyle, Moon in Capricorn is going to give you a very practical, tangible, hyper-realistic understanding of how to control the direction we're taking this to. And I think in getting hands-on, this will be very exciting, especially with the trine that we're going to have to Uranus in Taurus, which will innovate more of your clairsenses and natural physical senses, and applying this understanding of utilization towards how much more unconventionally strengthened you sense what you are doing. We don't have any Virgo placements to give us more of a critical perspective, but we don't really even need it. And this is where, you know, with it king-kunxing Jupiter and Gemini, it has you really transform a lot of this evolution of your mindset by applying what you've learned. But it's going to oppose Mars in Cancer. And as it opposes Mars in Cancer, this utilization and understanding of control will now be challenged by the feeling of action you will be taking to project psychically and emotionally what it is you're breaking through. And that's what brings us to this crucial cardinal cross, which will make sure you are still in, of course, redirecting the nature of your character through these actions, aligning with authenticity. Don't get so caught up on the perks that come with defining this power that you forget you're meant to take it in an authentic direction that may not be the most popular direction, or it could be, but that's not really the whole point. So this is something to keep in mind. All right. My favorite part about this aspect is the Neptune and Saturnian sextile. The sextile the moon will be making to Saturn, which, I mean, Saturn rules Capricorn, is going to apply this understanding of utilizing this new character with the integrity of beliefs that you have already activated since March. So you're going to be coming into practical understanding of how what you're doing aligns with metaphysical unseen beliefs and how you believe you should be operating. And that mutual receptivity is going to be like clicking puzzle pieces together, especially your neural pathways that will, moving forward, enable you to very powerfully, step forward much more in control. And not that you have to be in control, but you will be much more in control in integrating this. And the whole purpose of 90-degree to 120-degree angles is we gain our balance through this resituation of a comfort zone, so that once we go into the 5th house, we can go full throttle. Right now that we have resituated what we're comfortable with and getting that balance, now we can go full. We can go into the 5th house and be fully creative. Right now that we've set up this studio space in our home, 4th house of comfort, we can step into the 5th house and fully express our hearts. And Aquarius is going to be weird as fuck. So you know that. So we're going to have the Pluto conjunction at the end, sextile Neptune, and this is going to be an extreme awakening of power. Okay, so not only are we utilizing this integration of our character, but now it's also in tandem with an extreme awakening of this God power that will come into this. So as we get closer every degree, just, prepare for that intensity. I hope you enjoy this transit. Y'all stay blessed. It should be exciting, actually. The rest of this week, I think, should be very interesting. And it's going to lead up to a very epic full moon, which will also be an eclipse. So you guys stay blessed as always.